Clever movie fans? Erin Robinson, your host. You see me all the time talking about the news, talking about movie stuff all the time. But today is a special edition of one of my shows. Today I'm going to answer your questions. I mean, you guys talk a lot to me and I really appreciate it. And you have some really good questions out there. So I'm opening up the forum to you guys. So on Facebook, I asked you guys to give me any questions. You can ask me anything you wanted about my personal life, about movies, no holds bar. And you guys delivered. Oh, first of all, before I get started, I may mess up some of your names out there. You have some really hard names, so just bear with me. Starting with Marco Skribic. He asked, James Cameron versus Steven Spielberg. Okay, Spielberg for sure. I wrote James Cameron a letter when I was like 10 years old, and I asked him if I could be in one of his movies, and he never wrote me back. Next up is Damian Martin Butler and Rox Rex, who basically asked the same question. What inspired you to go into entertainment journalism / broadcasting? Actually, I didn't study broadcasting in school. My dad worked for a news channel for most of his life, and I grew up with that around me, and then he was, you should go into broadcast journalism. I was like, that's boring, I don't want to do that, you do that. So I went to school and I got 2 full scholarships for medicine. So I was pre-med and I studied sports medicine and I was on this whole track. But while I was doing that, I was also producing and hosting a show for 4 years. And I got so burned out on hosting this show. I was like, ugh, I just don't want to do it anymore. So I took like 7 or 8 years off from the business and I came back a little bit later after I won Miss Malibu and I got kind of refocused back on it again. And that's how I kind of transitioned into entertainment news. Next up is Mithun Morali, who asked, what was your thought, speaking of Miss Malibu, when you won Miss Malibu 2011? My first thought was, say what? And then it was like, I'm so hungry right now, and I hope these girls do not key in my car. Eric Xavier Adriano said, who is the most badass in all of Clever Media? That is you guys. You guys are the most badass. You are the ones that we care about. You guys don't care about us, so you bring the badassness. Sam Hjorns asked, what is your favorite film ever? That is the hardest question to ask a movie host ever. I like so many different movies for different reasons, but if I had to pick an all-time favorite, it has to be The Wizard of Oz. I grew up on that. I did a lot of musical theater and I played Dorothy 100 times. So I love that book and I love that movie. And so if I had to pick, I would say that's it. But I mean, there's so many amazing movies out there, even this year that I love. So I could never really possibly pick one. Next up is Derek Jones. Derek asks, why haven't you called me in a while? Get ready for this. Derek, I'm calling you, and you're not answering. I'm just kidding, I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who Derek is. Fraser Street asks, do you know if Jeremy Renner will be in the Avengers 2? Well, if I knew that, I would be making a lot more money than I make right now. Actually, no, I don't know, but I have a feeling that he will be. If I was Jeremy Renner, I'd be really upset. He did not get a chance to really show Hawkeye the way he had hoped in the Avengers. So having him come back for the Avengers 2 is definitely needed in my opinion. I do think that Hawkeye was kind of underutilized. But Joss Whedon and Marvel head Kevin Feige have said that Hawkeye will be back, but they've never mentioned Jeremy Renner's name. Now, Latina Review is reporting that he will come back, that in an interview they asked him if we will see Hawkeye in the Avengers, to which he said, yes, of course you will. But even that, it's not a question of will Jeremy Renner be back, it's will Hawkeye be back. So I'm not sure. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the official confirmation on that. But if I had to put money on it, I do think Jeremy Renner will be back for Hawkeye. Zahid Ahmed, who asks, what pizza is your favorite? Meat lovers from Papa John's with the garlic sauce, please. Joe Bone said, if you could have any character make an appearance in Batman vs. Superman, who would it be and which actor would play them? First of all, I don't want to see another superhero in Batman vs. Superman because that is going to make this a Justice League film, and there are already too many superheroes in this movie, and I do want a Justice League movie, do not get me wrong. I think that is going to be epic and amazing, but I need Zack Snyder to prove to me that he knows what he's doing in bringing this franchise into kind of the way that Marvel's doing it. He needs to impress me, and Man of Steel was good, but I need to see a little bit more before I see him commit to a Justice League movie. So no more superheroes, but if I did have to choose a character, I would definitely have Lex Luthor as the villain in this movie. I was in love with the Bryan Cranston rumors that he was going to be playing Lex Luthor. He's amazing. Now those have subsided, and now we're hearing rumors that Denzel Washington could be playing Lex Luthor, which is awesome. I think he would be such an awesome villain. I loved him in Training Day. He's such a great actor. So if I could choose, I would actually cast Denzel Washington as Lex Luthor, although I don't really think that that's going to happen. Fazail Ahmed asks, why did you change your last, I'm assuming name, from White to Robinson? And if you had to pick one, Hulk or Loki, which would you pick? Well, I changed my name because I got married, you guys. I got married on October 25th. It's official, it's there. You have been speculating, and it's true. I got married, and I'm traditional, so I wanted to take my husband's name. So now I'm Erin Robinson. I'm still getting used to it, so if you hear me say like Erin White, it's just because I've said it for so many years that I am still learning how to say Erin Robinson on camera. And yes, Loki for sure. I love the Hulk, but I'm just such a huge Loki fan. Dylan Dimmers asks, what's your favorite thing to eat when you're watching a movie? I love Goobers. Fun fact, weird fact, maybe not fun fact, I actually choke on popcorn easily, so I don't eat a lot of popcorn during movies, so I opt for the chocolate. So Goobers all the way. Manny Arenas says, how do you honestly feel about everything in The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Obviously, I haven't seen everything in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I have seen the trailer, and here are my thoughts on the trailer. Trailer was good, way too much CGI, and it kind of looked like a video game to me. I thought that Electro looked not menacing at all. I kind of thought that he looked a little touch cheesy, just a little bit. And I think I'm the only person in the world who was impressed by the Rhino. I actually really liked the Rhino suit, although I was not a comic book fan of The Amazing Spider-Man. For me, not being a comic book fan, I can forgive the suit for not looking like it does in the comics. But I don't know, my verdict's still out on The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really wanted to see Mary Jane Watson, and we did see her in the trailer. And maybe we'll see her in the movie, but I really doubt it. So I'm on the fence. Adam Richardson asks, Erin, what are your thoughts about ketchup and cheese on toast? My initial thought is that is disgusting, but essentially that's like cheese pizza, right? So now I feel bad that I judged you. The Cleverettes is just a group of people who love all of our Clever channels, and they're awesome, and they do a lot of tweeting to me. They asked, if you don't work at Clever Movies, what other channels would you work at? P.S. Clever News doesn't count because I do a lot of stuff on Clever News. Actually, I would do Clever Music. I grew up performing. I am a singer-songwriter. I write music today, and I love music. So if I could cover any other channel, it'd be Clever Music. Okay, so that is it for all of the questions. You guys had some really good questions, and there were hundreds more of these, so I will definitely be doing another vlog answering your other questions. You guys talk to me. Let me know what else you want to know about me and about movies, and make sure you are subscribing to Clever Movies for all of the latest movie news. Thank you guys for watching my vlog, and I will see you on the internet, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Love you guys so much. Have a great one.
Thanks so much for watching this awesome end of your video.
We've got a whole lot more, so click this link to subscribe.
Happy holidays!